What's cracking today? How's everybody feeling? Yeah, a lot of good stuff in the news today. Oh man, about to get into it today. Let me know if you can hear me all right. Waiting on one of my guests to come on today to talk that bull. What's going on, big dog? Yeah, man, I'm willing to talk about that bull today, man. So much bull in the news. If you're just checking in, my name is Lebron for Josie Sports Nation. Right. Yeah, so I'm going to get into it real quick. I'm going to put this on the banner, what I'm going to talk about today. I have a question. And I don't care if people be hating. People going to come on here, come on here and say I'm hating, but I'm going in. It has to be said. Why didn't LeBron denounce Adam? Why? And for people who don't know who Adam is, he was hired by LeBron James in 2010. This was around the time he did the announcement. Now that I think about it, I wonder if he's one of the guys who told him to do that dumb stuff. That announcement that pretty much almost ruined his career. He bounced back, though. He did. Why ain't anybody saying anything about this? It's crazy, ain't it? Nicole Richards is not the only one on that call. It's interesting, isn't it? Now, I'll be honest. I'm not with the Black Lives Matter stuff. I'm not. I'm not with it. I think they have a whole nother agenda. Yeah, two females who's with the LBGT community who's supporting it, and then you have one of them hopped out, got millions of dollars and bounced. I call that race hustling, right? Now, give me 1 second here. So it's funny that Rachel Nicole, who spent her part of her career talking about, for at least from since Trump been in office, talking about black issues, like she cared. Now I'm starting to realize that was just for sweep weeks, and her producers told her to do it. So you have Adam on there, Mendelsohn, which is LeBron's PR. Then you have Rachel Nichols talking about, yeah, they got the game messed up if a black woman gonna take my job. I worked too hard for this. But meanwhile, you're pushing this black issue, like, oh, black lives matter. It's funny how people are. They want to fight the cause until their job is taken. It's crazy. However, Rich Paul was on this call as well. I'm going to play a clip of this call. And Rich Paul was on the call as well, laughing. And the surprising thing about this whole situation, because people are like, well, this just happened. No, it didn't. Come to find out, because of the New York Times posting this story, that this happened last year. So my point, my thing is, LeBron had a whole year to fire his PR advisor. because everybody knew about this, and I'm probably going to play this clip. I don't even care, but I'm going to play the clip with the former ESPN analyst that was on there, and they all defending her. But before, I thought it was the black issue. I see you in the I see you. I'm in a wait. Let's give me 1 second. I'll get you on. But like I said, if you want to speak on this, go in the comment box, click on it, and you can say your piece. But this thing happened last year, so LeBron had a whole year to talk about this. He could have fired Adam Mendelsohn because he's like, oh, I'm so exhausted about this Black Lives Matter stuff. Funny that you're working with him and he's paying you to advise him. That's how it always happens. It's always a white or Democrat group behind. They'll get like a couple token black folks, and everybody's going to watch and listen. You're right about that. It's a chess move. The girl the contract is up. Yep, her contract is up for renewal, and they put that out there so she can play the victim. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. It was a chess move. Wow, good point, man. That's why they waited till. Oh man, you just opened my eyes, man. Let me put that back up there. I'm about to change my whole thing. This happened last year, and Maria Taylor knew about it. All the ESPN employees knew about it. They was hoping this was not going to happen. Well, at least Nicole Richardson. Is that her name? No, that ain't her name. Rachel. Keep forgetting her name, but anyway, you're totally right about that. They because her contract is up in the next couple of weeks. Good point. So she's trying to get the bag. Maria trying to get the bag. Wow, this is a chess move because she wants to make as much money as Stephen A. Smith. What a! I'm gonna have to change my whole show, bro. Dang. Wow. But my thing is with Rich Paul and LeBron, because you know LeBron works for those Democrats. He was out there more than a vote. Apologize if you hear any mowing my guys mowing the lawn out here, but yeah. He could have fired him last year. He ain't saying anything. This dude is quiet. He's almost as quiet as when he didn't stick up for when China shut down the NBA. Basically, we're not showing none of our material there. He ain't saying nothing about that, but he'll talk about Trump. That's a game changer. I'm gonna get my caller on and see what he got to say about that. Give me 1 second. Man, what's going on, man?
Man, it's deep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna put his comment back up there, man. You see that?
Yeah.
It's a chess move. I didn't even think of that. I wasn't even thinking like that. Like she's trying to get paid, and they put that out there right before her contract's up.
Yeah, she's scheduled to be without a contract, I think, in about a week or two from now.
Wow.
So she wanted to get at least that $8 million a year.
Man, that's smart though, man. I ain't gonna front. That's a smart move. She got some good advisors around her. Wow.
I mean, we see it happen a lot. You know, it's no different than athletes that sit out or they magically get injured at a certain point of time, or your boy Scottie Pippen's playing.
hey, yo, did you see that on the screen? Could you see the screen? Yeah, he definitely has a issue with dynasties, man. your facts about that. That's funny.
Golden State Warriors, China.
Spurs. That's hilarious.
Oh man.
But yeah, I blame LeBron. Man, LeBron is a joke, you know. And I don't care what people say. They want to say, "Oh, he got a school. You shouldn't talk about black people." I don't give a crap, man. That's a smokescreen. Shoot, thugs go out there and kill everybody and put turkeys in people's hands. I don't really worry about that. You should not be a situation where you can't get criticized. I'm not the
Right.
one. I used to put these athletes on a pedestal, like way back in the day. You know, yeah. What's they call it? Black Jesus, Michael Jordan. And I used to
Mm-hmm.
put him up there, but then a spade is a spade. If he did something wrong, he did something wrong. That dude was a jerk. I know plenty of people who met him at camps and different things like that. Michael Jordan was a joke. But one thing I do
Right.
respect with Michael, he he just played the game, man. Like everybody wants to say more than an athlete. No, 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 no. We pay for a product. So we can't criticize you? Make no sense to me. We're not criticizing your life, your family, except for LeBron. Yeah, so
Right.
yeah,
But
I don't
LeBron
like
has
because
put him.
go ahead.
No, I'm saying that LeBron has put himself out there to be this whole more than an athlete thing, and I
Right.
just think that it's not right that you put yourself out there. It's almost like if I decided if someone wanted to go and be a what they used to call a streetwalker, but
Mm-hmm.
not expect the cars coming past to holler at them.
Mm-hmm.
You putting yourself out as for the streets, so the streets gonna holler.
Yeah, I just it's just crazy to me, man. Like he just gets a pass. It's like him, Beyonce, and Barack Obama gets a pass. You can't say nothing about them, no matter what they do. You're putting
Mm,
black people. That's BS. You know what I mean? Now this is
right.
basketball, but when he was trying to sit there and have you vote for Joe Biden, which we all know his track record, you know, like what battery is in your back? You
Mm,
know, the same people that are saying don't take the vaccine last year. It's the same vaccine last year that Trump was putting together, or Operation Warp Speed, and they said no, don't take it, don't do anything he says. Then they had a countdown for the deaths of COVID, but it happens to stop in November.
mm.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah,
But he's
I mean
supporting them.
they're doing this stuff right in front of our faces and a lot of people have their eyes wide shut. I mean, the when you look at people like Cardi B, for example, who she told you said I used to drug them and rob them,
Mm-hmm.
but she's not in jail.
Makes no sense, man. It makes no sense.
Yeah, so,
It's a
so that's
feminist
the
world,
culture.
man. I don't know. You're right. You're right about that, man. But my thing is, like I said, this stuff was out last year. Now, they got me a good point. It just happened to go out. It's so strategic that they put it out now. Right before the finals. So maybe they're trying to end her, Rachel. Well,
Mm.
and the crazy thing is like when Rachel said that crappy apology on, I think it was Monday on the jump. Oh, them dudes came in there like, oh Lord, please, please, no, please, sir, no, please don't, please, sir, I need my money. You see Perkins? He's like, please, oh Lord, I need my monies. I need my monies, Lord God Jesus, please.
Well, just think of it. This is some sinister level stuff. You're using affirmative action to get a raise by saying that this person claimed I got my position by affirmative action.
Mm. Killing them with their own sword, huh?
Yep. I always say that bad ideas lead to bigger bad ideas.
Swanee G on the check-in. He told him, go along and get along game. And that's facts. You need to put all them dudes in there. All those dudes in there. You need to put Perkins, all them basketball players, because before they were sitting there talking about, oh, black power this, black power that. We need to represent for the black people. Then you have people like this.
Anything else you want to know about me, Skip?
Skip. Yeah, Skip Bayless. I mean not Skip. You had what's the big dude? Shannon Sharp out there talking about we need to do black this, black that, black this. Why ain't he saying nothing right now? What about this dude?
He
quiet. Yeah, what about this guy?
That is blasphemous.
Stephen A. Smith been on there talking about we need more black people in the NBA, and we need black coaches, black this, black that, black this, black that. He quiet.
Well, to Stephen A's point, it's best for him to be quiet. You know what happened the last time he interjected in women's issues.
Yeah, he got neutered. They cut his balls off, man. they neutered him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told, affirmative action helps more white women than any one of us. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, it's the feminist movement. They moved in on the movement, But this get along gang that Swanee was talking about is so true because, man, I think I recorded it. There was the lady that replaced Rachel. Man, Chris Paul kind of gave her a hard time on that when he won that game and he had the interview. He was kind of rude to her, and to me, I might play that video. And I'm like, you wouldn't do that to Rachel. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have did that to her if she was hosting that.
So you don't think she got the respect?
Now I look on both sides though, because athletes are mean, but he wouldn't have did that to Rachel for sure.
Right.
Like the girl's the first day on the job and you sitting there giving her a hard time. Let me see if I got that video. I don't know if I got it.
So they giving her the rookie treatment.
Well, they're probably mad because that's their, they love, oh, that woman I love her silky skin. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Man, they love Rachel, man. But like I said, when I played it on the last video, Rachel went to CNN and started bashing black men. I'm gonna see if I can find this clip, man. Give me a second. But continue to talk, man.
That's all good. So how long ago was that clip from? When Rachel was bashing the black men?
It had to be like 2015, 2016 or something like that. Let me see. I think I got it right here. All right, so I'm going to play the one when she bashed Derrick Rose after he scored 50 points.
NBA games were decided in the final minute last night. Steph Curry dropped 37 against a very good Pelicans team, and we got a bunch of excellent Halloween costumes, including DeAndre Ayton scaring the crap out of anyone who saw him, and also Iman Shumpert's daughter dressed as a loofah, which was the grand healing moment in the Wolves' fractured season. And well, look, I absolutely believe great games can do a lot to bring a locker room together. Derrick Rose dropping 50 in one night, it's not going to magically fix the obvious tug of war going on over Jimmy Butler wanting to be traded and all the bad feelings. Completely false, depending on what your been careers. Twice he's had to take time away from the game on teams he's been on, unsure of if he even wanted to continue playing. And twice he came back. And if you have been around to witness the incredible, that is incredible.
Here we go to the fullest
However,
scrap.
there is also the absolute fact that 2 years ago, Rose was accused of participating in a gang rape. A civil trial found him not liable, but a lot of Rose's own testimony was troubling. And regardless of how you personally judge what happened there, watching people last night bring that.
Now this guy just dropped 50 points, and this is what you're saying on this thing, and he was unfounded for all this stuff. Do you see what I'm saying about this? You there? All right, probably on mute, but
trial
check
up
this out.
and then try to gloss over it as something Rose went through as adversity for him. That was cringe-inducing, to say the least. Personally, I think it is okay to get excited about what Derrick Rose did on that basketball court last night. And I also think it's okay to talk in real terms about what he's done off of it, both the good and the bad. Derrick Rose, he was the story last night, and it is all part of his story. And by the way, his story, it's not over. He's not the same kid who won the MVP in 2011.
Yeah, so you're going to go on a live show,
Mm.
and you're going to post that out. And I'm not done yet because she went after Floyd Mayweather as well. She's full of crap, and this is what I'm saying. But they love her. They're like, oh, Lord, she's a good people's. She's good people's. But you spend your whole time doing this feminist movement, attacking black men, and then you want to sit there and and another thing is, like I was listening to a lot of people talk, and they're like on this stuff where you remember what happened when Hillary's stuff came out, and they're not getting mad at her. They're like, you violated her, audio or whatever the case may be. So everybody knows that. So they don't care about what happened. They just care about who did it. You know what I mean? So these people been thinking like this and talking like this behind the scenes the whole time.
Mm.
All right, so I'm gonna play with you. Go ahead, I'm listening. I'm gonna just pull it up.
Oh no, I just want to say that you're right about that, and it's not just a go along, get along thing. Also, truth is, everyone does it. We all have our things that we say, and we all have our things that we say about around different people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's messed up that what's going on in the world is that nobody can say anything, nobody can speak their mind because they started on this idea with these, on this path with these bad ideas.
Yep.
But now we're getting the repercussions.
Jeff is right, man. These NBA players only use black people when they need to sell stuff. That is facts.
Mm. Yep.
They don't love us. He's totally right.
Mm.
We're used as tokens again. Like I got a book I'm reading. Was it $40 million slave? And just on Jeff's point, Rachel made her money off of black interviews. She didn't know how to interview back in the day. Kwame was her first interviewer, and Kwame says she messed up like 20 or 30 times. She messed up. It was so bad, and she even alluded to it. She got cool with all these players. You got to remember when she got started, these like Steven Jackson was rookies. They were rookies, and so they wanted to get shine too. So she was like, all right, well, we can help each other out. All these people like Kendrick Perkins, all them, they all kind of started, not Kendrick so much, but a lot of them started. And then for Kendrick Perkins to sit there and say, and I'm going to play his audio. I did a video yesterday about it. For Kendrick Perkins to say, she gave me my start. And Steven Jackson said it too. Gave a lot of black people work. I'm like, you all played in the NBA. You shouldn't even be working right now anyway. Kendrick Perkins made $18 million. Wow. But I'm gonna play what she did to Floyd Mayweather.
I'm Rachel Nichols, and welcome back to Unguarded.
Now this is when she left ESPN and went to CNN. CNN. They attack people anyway, but this is what she did when she had her own show, and it didn't work. So she went back to the black people.
Boxer Floyd Mayweather is the world's highest paid athlete. Forbes estimated he earned.
I'm gonna fast forward some of this.
There has been allegations.
You are someone with a history of domestic.
Well, I spoke about that yesterday. So
all right,
game punishment.
I just want y'all to check her face. Look how she's looking at this dude.
I asked him about Rice.
She's looking at him in disgust.
And his own brutal history. Take a listen. You recently made some
Look at her
comments
face.
on Ray Rice and how the NFL should have stuck to its original 2-game punishment. Then you backed off those comments. Can you just clarify for us what you really think?
Well, I spoke about that yesterday, so, I'll leave that in the past and try to focus on my future and try to focus on my fight Saturday, which is Maidana.
Well, okay, but you are someone with a history of domestic violence yourself. You've even been to jail for it. Why should fans root for you with this kind of history?
Tone even sounds
There
different.
has been allegations.
Uh-huh.
Nothing has been proven, so, that's life.
Well, I mean, the incident you went to jail for, the mother of your 3 children did show some bruising.
Look at her face. This is the person that LeBron and Chris Paul and all them support. Oh, she's good peoples.
A concussion when she went to the hospital. It was your own kids who called the police, gave them a detailed description of the abuse.
This dude is trying to promote a fight. He ain't in jail. He's trying to promote a fight. And this is what you're doing?
Once again, no pictures, just hearsay and allegations. And I signed a plea bargain. So, once again, not true.
But the website Deadspin recently detailed 7 separate physical assaults on 5 different women that resulted in arrest.
Now, we all know he came in there to talk about the fight, not his personal issues. She keep going. Yeah, that's probably why she got kicked off that show. Nobody wanted to watch her, so she went right back to let me get around the black people who are gonna help my career.
Or citation. I mean, are we really supposed
Look
to
at her
believe all
face.
these women are lying, including the incidents when there were witnesses, like your own kids?
Well, everybody actually, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. When it's all said and done, only God can judge me.
All right. Well, we've seen this week with the
Look
outcry
at that
against
face,
the NFL.
man.
the
Come on,
public-
man. That's a woman. This is their queen. She good people. Look at her face, man. This is like ridiculous. This house, man.
Wants the domestic abuse problem in this country addressed. Would you consider donating any of the more than $30 million you're going to make this weekend to an organization that
Now she pocket watching.
Pocket
Pay
watch.
attention.
educates and prevents against abuse?
This weekend, what I will do is make sure that millions and millions of dollars be saved for my children, because my children are who I love, and that's what I care about.
Yeah, the denial there with
Oh,
Mayweather
man.
is truly amazing, right? And it gives an interesting window into the way an abuser can walk around maintaining over and over again that nothing is wrong, despite hard evidence to the contrary. Still, I got to tell you, not as amazing to me as the denial of the public that supports him. I am curious how many of those who shuddered at the video of Ray Rice in that elevator this week are also planning on plunking down their $70 tomorrow for Mayweather's pay-per-view fight. It is worth considering.
You see what I'm saying, man? This ain't the first thing and the last thing she did. This is what she's been doing when she went to CNN.
Wow.
And then you go back, because that was a failed show or whatever happened to CNN, and you go back to, oh, let me support these black people, because she can't do that on her show, right? Her show failed. But she could do it if she get 2 other black people arguing themselves, and she just, the puppet behind it, right? She's the producer. You get the producers there. You get 2 black people arguing about these issues, right? And so she could just play back like this, like, hey, I don't got nothing to do with this. This is these 2. That's what CNN does. That's what Fox News do.
So what you're saying is that she spent a lot of her time cracking the whip, but then on Sunday she's teaching them how to read.
Facts. So this is what I'm waiting for. Where's well, you already said he's already neutered, but we're skipping. I mean, we're skipping Shannon talking about this, man.
Anything else you want to know about me, Skip?
Where he at? Look, man.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
They gotta say something about this, man. And she did a great interview. I'm talking about Rachel. She was like, she deflected it. She was like, well, I don't want to be a distraction because that's what we're taught. So I'm sorry. That crocodile tears from a white woman. You can't let a white woman cry, man. That's the worst thing that happened. You going to jail and be under the jail. Someone crying, a white woman. You know what I'm saying? And she crying on there. And then guess what? Your boy got on there like, oh Lord, no, she's a good woman. She's good peoples. She hired us black folks. Remember Kendrick Perkins did that? I'm gonna play that video. Oh Lord, please, Lord, no, Jesus, you paying us, Lord, give us my monies. I'm playing that video, man. This is what I'm saying, and no one gonna say nothing. But this happened. Look, we can say, oh well, it just happened on Monday. No, it happened last year during the bubble, and there's allegedly rumors has it that she had relations with Jimmy Butler. Facts. He loved those white women. Oh Lord, he loved the silky skin of the white woman. Oh Lord, man, Kwame was right for sure. I respect Kwame. Kwame was in the room with these people, man. He know, and like, he said he was quiet, man. I remember watching a video the day. He said he was quiet because he realized they were trying to flip his words and everything. You know what I mean? They're trying to flip his words. So he just like, look, I'm a country dude. I'm not gonna say anything. And he's just watching. He's in the room watching, man. He's watching these people cry over these women, man.
That's amazing. 18, 19 years old, to be able to have that composure, to be able to just sit back and I'm gonna just listen. I'm gonna just let these folks talk.
Right.
I'm not going to give them nothing to nothing to bite me later over.
Facts.
That's amazing. That Kwame was able to do that. Think about the average 18 or 19-year-old. They can't shut up.
Yep. Hey man, that's mama's cooking. Got the little bit of mama's cooking.
Facts.
Yep. I'm gonna try to play this video real fast. Let me see. Kendrick Perkins. I mean, if anybody saw that a weak apology, I'm gonna play it again. If you didn't see it, let me see. Calls out. Is this the one? But yeah, man, it's crazy game, man. Oh, what about that girl that got suspended? The black woman got suspended, and allegedly they think that she put out the tape. She was the audio producer in there. I think her name was Kayla Johnson. Have you heard about her?
Yeah. I didn't know she was just suspended. I mean, I thought she might have got fired, but hopefully, I don't know. I'm hoping that she's not the scapegoat. Well, maybe she got paid.
Why is she the only one that got suspended? Because like I'm saying, Rachel, she don't. The NBA's doing this on. I mean, ESPN's doing this on purpose. They don't want Rachel to be the deal. So that was a smart move on the company, not putting her out there because everybody's talking about Rachel right now. But she didn't get suspended. She's still been doing the jump for a whole year, and they knew about this. They got mad at Kayla because it was like an HR issue, I guess. They were mad that she sent that information to the source, Maria. And they wrote her up. I remember I got wrote up in work like one time. I did some snitching. I was a company man. I did some snitching, and they wrote me up because I ain't reported in 48 hours. I was like, that's the last time I'm going to snitch.
Dealing with some conflict and confusion.
That's crazy. It's like, well, I could just have nothing.
Yeah. I was like, I was on my chatty patty stuff, man, trying to make it up in corporate America, and they did me like that, man. This is his response to him talking about it. I don't know if anybody saw this, but
that's going on between women. That's another sensitive subject. So I also had to be careful on how I approach things. Does that make sense?
I get your reasoning.
He tried to do this first. He's like, it was a cat fight between two women, and I ain't want to get involved with all that stuff, Then that didn't work. She's like, hold on, I get that, but let's get to the point.
I get your reasoning. I get that it's more comfortable for you to do what you did. I'm not going to take that away from you. But I do think that there was a great opportunity to have an important conversation that was not had because you guys were too scared to have it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't about being too scared. It's about First of all, understand the position that Richard Jefferson and myself was in as
You know they don't have black folk at ESPN. I just want to keep my money, please, Lord. Please, I got my mama need teeth. Oh Lord, give me my money.
two African Americans having to come on here the next day when we don't have anything to do with the situation. That was a very uncomfortable position that we was put in. Very uncomfortable. And I thought that not only did I handle it well, I thought Richard Jefferson handled it well. And at the end of the day, like I'm gonna tell you again, like I told you before, this is between Rachel, Maria, and the heads of the ESPN, and it's being dealt with internally.
Kendrick, do you
I
not
can't
see that
go
it's a
on.
systematic issue for somebody to say, you know
I'm
what, she might be a diversity hire, and that's why they're considering her?
yeah.
You don't see
I
how that's systematic and not
look,
just an internal
look.
issue?
We all have our thoughts, and we all
Look, ho, don't be messing up my money now. Don't look. Come on now, don't let me disrespect you now.
have our
Now is
opinions.
he on the
I'm
jump?
telling you what
You know, I don't know where this interview took place, but this was not the jump right here. This was like after the fact, after the taping.
No, I mean, but is he
position.
Yeah,
a regular featured guest on the show, or
he gets a paycheck. He works for Jefferson and him. They're on that show, so he got his little job in there, spent all his money, his NBA money probably, and now he need his job, so he just happy that she got him a job, and he ain't gonna talk about her, right?
I was in, and I was telling you how I handled it. And I'm telling you, before I risk it all and lose my job, it's only one woman in this world that I'm going to risk it all for. And her name is Vanity Perkins, and that is my wife.
Okay, sir, and I hear you. I think this is a very important conversation for you to be a part of. I understand your perspective. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I can understand why you made the decision you made. Um, if you're willing to stay and hear us out, great. If you're done with the conversation, I completely understand.
No, I was just coming on here to make an understanding that to clear my name because I don't get how I went
Cause I ain't trying to go down to the office in ESPN. I need my jobs.
on there peaceful, said what I said, and I don't understand how people could be mad at what I said because I didn't jump off a limb with a situation that didn't concern me. And before I take food out of my kid's mouth, going on there doing something crazy or saying something crazy again that has nothing to do with the woman that matters the most to me in my life is my wife, then I'm
And my wife and Nicole, or what's her name, Rachel. Yeah, I forgot her name. Yeah, Rachel means so much to me. I got a cover for her, man, because it's real out there in these streets.
sorry to anybody that feel offended by that. But that's just how I'm gonna approach it. And I feel like at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you again, that situation is handled internally, and that situation is between Maria Taylor and Rachel Nichols.
Now these are the same people who whole for 4 or 5 years they were sitting there with this Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, George Floyd, this is wrong. But when they now he don't want to lose his job because he can't do the job by himself. He needs Rachel. Ain't that true? They ain't give him a show. Crazy, man.
well, a lot of these people need you know what they need? They need the Bobby Bonilla plan. They won't have to worry about this.
Tell him the truth. That's facts.
Shit, I don't know who Bobby Bonilla's attorney or finance person, but you don't see him running around like, oh Lord, I need my biscuits and cornbread.
Oh, my butter biscuits. What Tariq would say. My butter biscuits. It's just ridiculous. But back to LeBron, man. LeBron should have been fired him, but apparently, they don't see nothing wrong with it, man. They don't see nothing wrong with her. They love her. I love her. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
Just
man.
just like you were, saying, and just like the one commenter had said, LeBron can't handle them, the big parts that go along, get along. When it comes to China, Disney, ESPN, whoever, he just falls right in place.
And look at this other dude who falls in line with the what you say go along, get along game right here. Let's see.
Gamble. We say things when we frustrated, and Rachel did deserve that job. It's just plain and simple. I talked to Rachel, and I know a lot of things she was saying out of frustration because ESPN put her in a bad position, and they even put Maria in a position of trying to give Maria a sympathy job. They was trying to make themselves look good because all the Black Lives Matter and the George Floyd stuff was going on. So ESPN tried to make themselves look good by taking the job from Rachel that she had already had, that they'd already told her she had, that she deserved, and give it to Maria just to make themselves look good. It wasn't a genuine job they wanted to give Maria. It's ESPN is behind all this, bro. It's all their fault. You know what I'm saying? I can't blame Rachel. I love Rachel, and I'm going to stand behind her. I spoke to her, and I'm going to stand behind Maria, too. But ESPN, y'all some suckers. Y'all some suckers because y'all did this. Y'all tried to give Maria a job, and it wasn't genuine. And look what happened. Come on, man. It's all ESPN fault. We love both of them. Think about this, though, bro. How many times we as black people have said that we was qualified? We know we qualified. We know we qualified for the job. But we didn't get it because they gave it to the white person just because he was white. How mad were we? Because they looking out for their own. How mad were we? When you know you deserve the job and they give it to a white person just because he white. We've been dealing with that our whole life. And that pisses us off. We ain't getting recorded, but we say shit too behind closed doors. So I get it. I get it why Rachel mad. Rachel ain't never showed me no signs of being racist. But I would be mad too if I worked my whole life for a job and they gonna give it to a white dude just because Donald Trump in office. Or just because a white kid got killed and at the time it'll look better for a white person to have a job. I would be mad too.
You see how he's trying to protect his white zaddy?
It's just the facts. I ain't trying to be liked. I'm speaking the truth. We rocking with both of them, Maria and Rach, but this is the truth. And back one more thing for y'all, IG World. Y'all got to be real with yourselves. A lot of y'all can't be real with y'all.
All right, so now before he was talking, Black Power, this, and we need to do stuff together. Now he's sounding like a Republican to me. Listen to this one.
Yourselves, and a lot of y'all looking for handouts. A lot of y'all don't deserve nothing because you've been sitting at home not putting in the work and complaining about other people. Why they doing this or why them and not me? But when you deserve something, when you put in the work for it, you should be mad when you don't get it. A lot of y'all won't understand that because y'all home still living off your mama. Still living in your mama house. And wondering why you ain't winning or ain't got nothing going.
Last year, it was like, oh, man, we can't get ahead because of white supremacy. And we got to march for Floyd and da-da-da-da-da. Now, since his little white friend messed up, oh, man, y'all can't get right. You need to get up and get yourself off the bootstraps.
No. I'm going to hit y'all with harsh truth. I am the face for equality, but I also am the face of being black and proud and being strong and going to get what's mine, not asking no white person or nobody to give me nothing. I'm going to take what's mine, like I've been doing. But y'all quick to forget when the jump first started, Rachel hired all black people.
Oh, she hired. I wonder why. So she can have y'all bash each other, right?
Remember that. I told y'all I'm gonna make y'all hate me, cause y'all, especially the people that don't like the truth. Half y'all hanging around niggas, hoping that they make y'all dream come true, and hanging around them. And as soon as they tell y'all no, they a fuck nigga, or they ain't real because they told you no. Because
oh man, tell them why you mad.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad.
they tired of you benefiting off their blessing. You been around them all this time, been around all the people they been around, had the same connections, met the same people he met, but you still sitting around waiting for somebody to hand you something. Instead of you getting on your ass, doing something with the connections and making something work for yourself. A lot of y'all in this mind frame, and a lot of y'all stuck in this attitude of blaming white people for why you ain't made it. Yeah, we know we started off behind. They put us in a bad position from the jump. They got ahead, but It's time for you to learn for yourself. We got more black millionaires than any time. Half these rappers didn't graduate high school, but they millionaires because they shot. They got off their ass and tried.
Mm-hmm. You just said, "Oh man, the white woman gave us all the opportunities. We need to worship her." This boy right here, man. Anyway, man, he need to get off. Somebody need to take his phone, man. Somebody need to take his phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Wow. Yeah, but yeah, that them Sunday school reading lessons, they changed the whole game.
Man, somebody need to take his phone. Man, but how much time you got? A little bit more time, or you gotta go?
Yeah,
man.
I'm
now
good.
my question is why, and I want to ask you, why didn't LeBron fire Adam, and why didn't he make a statement? Because usually when things happen like this publicly, you got to make a statement. Why is he not? I have my reasons, but why do you think he didn't fire him?
I could be wrong. Look, I don't have any way to really prove this, but to some degree, I don't believe that a lot of them really believe what they're saying. I believe that a lot of times they're using these type of movements to be able to capitalize off of them. So, LeBron, he has some black people, working for him, but he got a lot of, non-blacks. He has a lot of white people around him that are, working for him or advising him. And, that's fine if you want to, get the best, but somewhere along the line, it's kind of like if you were if you were managing Floyd Mayweather, even if you've seen a couple of things, you don't want to let the money train go. Right. So I think that's what it is with LeBron. A lot of it has to do with money. I've never thought that he was an authentic dude. I think that he just likes the popularity a lot of the times. He does some good things.
Right.
But, a lot of it's a popularity contest.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Because it's this dude, I don't know. Like I say, he does, like I say, I agree with you. He does good things. But I think he just have like this guilt. I did a video about him before, because a lot of people don't know this. But when he was in Akron, he had a choice to go to the black school, the public school, and he had a choice to go to the white Catholic school, and he chose the Catholic school. And just imagine how much money that he generated for that Catholic school, because he got so big at 9th, 10th grade that they had to play in the arenas. So a lot of people in his neighborhood at that time was mad at him for doing that. You know what I mean? And then, fast forward to 2010, 2011, when he left them, he abandoned them with the fans thought. They like, you abandoned us. So they start burning his jerseys and stuff like that. But he did make a comeback. He came back and won that championship. I respect him for that. That was one of the biggest championships of Cleveland's history. So I respect that. But I just don't, like, he got too many politicians in his back, all that stuff. And my thing is, I wouldn't even have a problem with it unless if he didn't push the Black Lives Matter movement and all this crap, I wouldn't even care. The fact that he has white people working for him, I don't care. I wouldn't care about that. But you're pushing this agenda to people. It reminds me of when Beyonce was making all these songs about leaving your husband, because you got these followers, like people follow you blindly, and Beyonce was saying, "Oh, leave your husband and do this and do that and be independent," but you sitting there cuddled up with your husband, and everybody else is leaving their spouse and being out here. Then they in their 30s, lonely as heck. Like, boy, after the club, they crying sitting on their counter crying because they don't got a man with 3 kids in, and you sitting there. That's what I'm saying. I don't like that. Use that same energy. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't say something unless you're gonna be about it. That's my opinion. So you should have at least said something. But right now he out there saving the world, right? You know what I mean by that, right?
Uh-huh.
Space Jam. He about to
Yeah.
save the world, so he don't got time for that. He got Space Jam, so he
Yep.
don't care. The funny thing is though, I want to ask this. I mean, you may not know. I'll give you a little rundown of it, but Chris Paul, man, I don't wonder if him and Chris Paul fell out
Mm.
because a while ago LeBron was complaining about the injuries in the NBA, right? And
Mhm.
and so Chris Paul clapped back at him because he was like, "That's not true," and we all came up with this idea. You know what I'm saying? Um, we came up with this idea to play. You know what I mean? So, and
Mm.
they're best friends supposedly. And then I noticed that LeBron James did not go to see him play in the championship game. He actually went to a WNBA game with Damian Lillard. Now, I see why he did that because I'm pretty sure he's trying to recruit Damian Lillard to the Lakers. Because if he recruit Damian Lillard, it's over. He's gonna surpass Michael Jordan if he get a shooter, and that's facts. You
Mm.
know, but for Chris Paul to publicly basically snap back at him and said that's not the reason because like I said, Chris Paul is part of the players union. So they all decided. It's funny that LeBron is saying this, but they all came in the room and decided to play. And all of a sudden now you look, I told you we getting hurt. And a lot of these injuries is basketball plays that's happening in the NBA. You know what I mean? And
Right.
then I looked at the statistics of injuries in the last 3 years, and it's yes, although it's higher right now, it's like 5.1, but it's still equivalent because I think the year that they had a whole full season, it was like 4.8, 4.9. You know, so it's not that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But it's interesting to say the least. You
Well,
know,
when people are basically playing, have you ever seen CB4?
yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of MC Gustos out here.
Chris Rock
You
should have got
know.
an Oscar for that. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you have people playing roles on things that they aren't really. And LeBron, let me just say it like this: LeBron is he is almost like a 6'10" big built woman. you know,
Whoa. Uh huh.
and and you can see a lot of the mannerisms. In fact, if I believe, LeBron, he actually he doesn't give props to his dad at all. He every time he's always talking about his mom and so on, but his dad, that's where his genetics came from, not his mom.
I mean, but
So
his dad wasn't in his life though, so
right, but his dad, without his dad, he wouldn't have any of what he got right now. So he needs to be thanking his dad.
Well, that's
But
cool, and I understand that. But I mean, he is a good father, though. He's a good father.
yeah,
Yes.
he's a good father, but I guess the thing that's lacking was the ability to, like make certain logical judgments, the ability to, know when to say and know when not to say. You don't have to say everything on your mind and so on.
I mean,
Look,
to be fair, it worked for Trump, right?
how so? Well, I guess when you Trump, that's a whole different thing. But Trump, I think that was his persona, so to say. I'm uncensored. That's not LeBron's persona. He just does it here and there.
Like I said, I think LeBron is one of the greatest players. I think he should have followed Jordan's footsteps and not say anything till you got done with the game. Because it's a lot of stuff he speaks about he don't know about. I mean, how can you? You're sitting there studying tape and hooping. you're one of the greatest. This is what you wanted. Then you wanted to move to LA, which was a dope move because now you could be in the movies and you got your shop show and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, but Mr. Mike, he definitely agrees with you. And they say you spitting right now, man. You right. I gotta give it to you.
Now, on the other end, LeBron has he has a great mind. That I mean, I believe that his IQ. He said he has what is it called? Eidetic memory. Photographic memory. So people like that, like we're talking about genius level stuff. So the thing, all it is he could put into his mind whatever he wants. So if he's putting in a lot of these things that are against how he grew up, like he grew up with discipline, he grew up hard working, he grew up beating the next man, he grew up going and challenging Jordan and them up in Chicago, when they was playing.
Right.
He grew he busting their ass, grown men. He's 17 years old, busting their ass. So, for him to go and say some of the stuff that he says, man, that's nonsense. I just can't get with it. He's too smart, and he needs to know when to shut up.
Yeah, I agree. And that PR advisor's not helping. I mean, think about this. Like, that's like saying you got a babysitter at the house, right? And they're watching your kids. And then you hear on the phone saying, "I'm so tired of these kids. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired of coming here." Wouldn't you fire that person who's watching your kids?
Yeah, immediately.
And then for Rich Paul to be in there laughing on this call, like you laughing at the dude for saying it, like, oh my God, like they're just having a good old time.
Because they don't really believe in that stuff. That's what I'm saying. They don't really believe in that.
They can't.
It's making the money right now.
And Rachel got her job that way. I'm not saying like Rachel's. I mean, she's good. Like when you watch her show, she's pretty good. But I mean, she got her job. Like you imagine when she came on board in like 2004, there was a man's job that she took. She was trying to fight her way to the top and get in here. But then when, like, what did you tell me the other day about the hierarchy of wokeness on woke center or beyond?
Yeah,
the hierarchy.
It's all, when you're doing identity politics mixed with intersectionality, you're going to basically have an oppression Olympics going on, and it's a quick race to the bottom. Whoever the bottom wins.
Right.
That's what it's like, a upside down pyramid scheme.
Yeah, hit those like buttons if you're on Facebook watching or YouTube, whatever. But it's crazy because like before when the Republicans was running everything, you had Donald Trump. He was the excuse for everything. As soon as he went down the escalator, he was the excuse for shooting. In 2014, it was his fault, right? And then the lower realm is what the Congress, right? So now the woke people can't talk about that because Biden is in office and they run the House and the Senate. Okay, so what's the next one? You got the Trump supporters, right? So they've been pretty quiet. Then you have the Republicans, because there's some Republicans that don't support Donald Trump's supporters. So what's below that? The white man who may be a Democrat, right? And then you have the white woman. Okay? So right under that is the black woman. So the black, so now you have these two people fighting for a job, right? Rachel and Maria. So what's next? You're gonna have transgenders gonna try to get a job now. You're gonna have Asians because they're not being represented. It's a whole slippery slope, right?
Yep. Then you're going to have some, different disabilities, getting a job, and I'm all for people, who are the best at the position, Hey, if Maria Taylor's the best, if she is worth Stephen A. Smith money, and they're not paying her, they robbing her.
Exactly, I agree.
She needs to get that money. But here's the facts. Before all this came out, I ain't never watched none of Maria Taylor stuff. I watched Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith, for as much as he don't know what the heck he's talking about, for as much as he is wrong on his predictions and with a lot of his calls and things like that, the man is entertaining.
That is blasphemous.
Yeah.
He he entertaining. He bringing viewers to that. Well,
we'll see how he's doing. He's doing a UFC fight. I'm a big UFC guy, and McGregor fighting this week. We'll see how he does.
They probably got him in training. He's terrible with that. Hell no, he's talking about.
But yeah, I agree with you. What you said. He's entertaining. Yeah, he's definitely good at what he do. But yeah, I totally agree. I think now when this story first came out, I was like, I didn't agree with the fact that they were taking Rachel's job. But then when obviously when you start hearing tapes and stuff like that, like, whoa, hold on. Now you feel threatened, but this is what you've been pushing. You can't have it both ways now. So ESPN is a joke. It's been a joke for a while now. I miss the days when they just play highlights, but they ain't gonna do that because you can get the highlights on YouTube and what have you. But it's garbage now, man. It is garbage. And when they were just doing that woke stuff, man, yeah, I stopped watching it. I'm actually about to stop watching sports, to be honest. Like, I mean, the NBA Finals been really good. I ain't gonna front. I mean, they don't have too many like superstars, and the ratings are down a little bit, but it's been good basketball. I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yep. Stephen A. doesn't know anything about MMA facts. Oh, he did so bad. Remember that video we played the other day with him? It was like him and this other guy who never covered MMA, and Joe Rogan's in the middle looking at him like, "The hell are y'all talking about?"
Talking about Cowboy gave up. I'm like, man, he got busted by the best.
Right. Man, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap up, man. If people on here, man, definitely hit that like, subscribe button, hit the notification. Yeah, you got anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
First, thanks for having me on your show. Also, guys, LeBron J, and now we also have another radio show where we end up hitting multiple topics called T&J Radio. So be sure to catch us over there. But other than that, man, I'm gonna get out here and let you close out.
All right, man. All right. Oh man, that was good, man. But yeah, last thing, but I don't know about LeBron, man. He needs to be held accountable, man. Someone needs to say something to him. And I don't care. I don't care about the LeBron fans anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you say something, but at least he got a school. I don't care about that, man. Like, I don't talk about his personal life or whatever, but I'm just saying you gotta be held accountable, man. If you sitting there talking about this woke stuff, I'm not about the woke stuff. I'm not about being woke. But I'm saying don't be a hypocrite though. Like, if you gonna sit there and do it, do it. Like, you got all these white people around you, but you want to sell. You just race hustling. I think Boyce Watkins do it. There's a lot of people race hustling out here, and I don't like that. So, but he does great things for people, but so do gangsters. And I'm out.